Hello Total War gamers, my name is Deacon and welcome back to our Takeda campaign. And we've followed the lead of our ally Kiso and honored our alliance with them and declared war on the Oda. So we're gonna go and try duke it out with them. Which means, first things first, we're gonna need recruitment, and we've sent over I had sent over one of my lords this way, but right now they're both up there, over there, and we're gonna try and increase the size of our army as much as we can until we run our funds dry. So right now we still have income. I'm just gonna go all out in the war with the Oda. We secured alliances with everything else that we're bordering with. So we'll just have to do the best we can basically. And what I really need is a campaign visibility right now. I can't go into war blind. And we're waiting for our buildings to complete. That'll give us the market and the sake den. That'll give us recruitment of agents, or at least a possibility. So right now there isn't a single agent that I can get or recruit. I'm gonna build a market here once the stronghold upgrades, but until then we'll just have to make do with what we have. Cash is spent. Nothing more to do, I think, with diplomacy. I could try and sue for peace with the Oda. They're also at war with the Imagawa, so it's just gonna change the front to the south if we do that. Nor do I think they would even consider... Oh, this is the Yamanuchi. I wanted to engage the Oda here. Request peace, see what they say. Unacceptable. So war it is, and well, good for us. We're gonna rank up our units, rank up our generals, and meanwhile let's review what we're researching, the sword school, and then I think we're gonna go into form and unlock some of our better elite units. So hit the end turn, and if you're watching this and you have an idea or suggestion which way to deal with the Oda, then please do let me know. We've mastered a single art here, and I'm gonna go for form. Then let's join our armies together and review what we've just constructed and trained both. The sake den is now here, so we are going to recruit our first agent, a ninja, and he's not going to have any movement points now, does he? Nope. But we'll need to move him over there and see what they have, and hopefully they won't kill or capture our ninja there. Now we are a long way from a full stack still, so I'm gonna move over these cavalry units and join them into the army there. Our finances are still okay. Let's see what we have in our army. We have 3 units of archers and 4 units of foot. So I try to balance that. I want to have the same number of spares as archers, so what we'll need first now is another archer. And we can't recruit any more than a single unit per turn there. We now have 2 cavalry, and they didn't reach the full they didn't reach our base over there. So in terms of cavalry, 3 units of these should really be enough. We also have the 2 daimyos. So I'm gonna expect most of the infantry fight, but regardless, we're a cavalry faction, so let's recruit another. 1 more cav and a spare unit for the next turn. And then we've recruited the ninja and we're building up our army. We'll just have to wait. I'm gonna hit the end turn again. I just hope that Hojo doesn't get any ideas about betraying us. My experience is that usually it won't take long. Now the Jimbo, the trade has been disrupted. Now here come Oda with their faction leader, the Daimyo, and his commissioner for... Oh yes, I need to set... the Mori have been destroyed, well, and also the Jimbo. The horse breeders, all good, and we have more units. Now, just a moment ago, we were able to send our cavalry over there. I sincerely doubt that we can join them up with our force here. But who knows? Hurry up, hurry up. They do. So we're also gonna squeeze in this little unit of archers. And I think in terms of numbers, we are pretty much on par right now. Actually, we outnumber them by a single unit. Now, as I said, I need a 1 visibility. Fortunately, it seems as we're facing their main army. They do not have another unit backing them up, and fortunately for us, we are sitting right next to our recruitment center. I have another unit of spares. It's gonna come over. It's just not gonna be able to join up with the rest of the forces, so it's gonna sit here. And I do think that we'll be able to intercept should they try and attack that single unit. We're gonna recruit. This here is a spare unit. On the next turn, I'm not going to engage them yet. So we're now equal on archers and spares. We have another spare unit coming up. So over here we're going to recruit 1 more archer unit. And then that's that, because we can no longer spend any more money. We can actually, and we will. But then just use it as reinforcement bunch that are gonna walk over, because we're gonna lose some, and then we're gonna try and siege South Shinano. We're again going to lose some, so we'll try and keep sending units towards the front as we go until we run our income dry. But that it should be able to promote our war effort and keep pushing in here. Let's see if they're gonna come across the bridge when they do come. So once we have this, we're gonna spy on them and at least try and keep the bridge defended here. With the number of archers that we have, we should be able to keep them off for quite a while. There's even a possibility that our ally here, the Anegakoji, they just have 2 units. They may attack them and draw us in, while we're not even ready yet. Unfriendly. Did we break an alliance with them? We're no longer allied, and they're grieved because we've broken our alliance with them. How the hell did we... How did that happen?
What do you want?
Unacceptable. Did I went... Maybe they were allied before with Oda? I have no clue. I came to the defense of nah. Maybe on the review of one of my previous videos I can look back and see what actually happened. Anyway, should they attack them, then we're no longer allies and they can't draw us in. However, if they become cocky and decide to attack us here, then at least we have 1 garrison unit, and of course Shingen is also here. So yeah, let's turn the end the turn again, and now we are being sieged, and we have superior numbers, so we're gonna go for it. And oh, but then I noticed they have all samurai units, while we have only 1. And they outnumber us in terms of archers. But we have 6 units of cavalry. I'm just gonna go save my campaign here before we go into battle and try and squash them. We'll play a defensive battle. We are in fact defending. We outnumber them with like 200 men. And they do have a lot of archers, but we have a lot of cavalry, which are the bane of archers, and these units are also excellent in general killers. So all we need to do is kill the daimyo, and then our battle should be pretty much lost. So won, I mean. All we need to do is hold off these 6 units of Yari Samurai, which is going to be quite a challenge. We need to pin them, keep them occupied, and charge their rears. So there's a lot of charging needed. I'm going to dedicate the light cav to killing the general, and my own generals to wiping out their archers, and then just hope we still have some infantrymen left to deal with the rest of the Yari Samurai. And depending on how they position their generals, if they're not close together, I'm not going to send over all 4 of my light cav, but instead use 2 units of light cav to do recharges on the Yari Samurai, which should help us to even the odds a little bit. Now we are over here on this side. It seems that there is an interesting hill over here, which I'm going to inspect right away. If so, we'll deploy to the extreme edge and occupy this hill and fight for it. I'm quite positive that, that this is a hill situation, which with cliffs at this end, and that would be an excellent excellent position. Let's hear what Takeda has to say. Shingen has to say. You know, let's not do it. I've done it a couple of times and he's just repeating himself. So, oh crap. I thought the yellow was Oda. So he has the hill here. It very much looks like the hill we've previously fought on. However, I'm still going to take the hill advantage, which is over here. This one. It's inside the perimeter that we're able to fight in. So infantry, they all go here, and so will our archers. I'm gonna keep both my generals in support in terms of morale and so on. And we have a very pretty forest over here that once we deploy, I think we should all be hidden. So there's the plan. First off, I'm going to start the battle and then slow down the pace. Let's command the infantry to come sit here at this wall. And I'm going to stretch them in a long line because they have also a long, a lot of numbers to engage us with. We're not going to skirmish, we're just going to sit. Then once they deploy or approach us, then we'll activate our cavalry. Basically target their generals first. Right now they are sitting quite close to each other. It also depends if he's not going to keep any Yari Samurai in reserve. This is the daimyo with the 36 men. So he's our primary objective basically with these 4 guys. And once he's killed, whatever happens to the rest of their army, I'm not so worried or concerned about. So we have the samurai in support of the Bowa Shigaru, save 4 here, but I don't think this is all of their, we're not seeing all the units, so part of them are still hidden, they are, and they're gonna bring in samurai in support. And he should, I mean these guys are not hidden, so he has full visibility on the main body of our army, and he's probably going to just come towards us. So let's speed things up a little. We're gonna keep an eye on this flank. As long as he turns towards us, our cavalry force should remain hidden in the forest there, and should give us an excellent opportunity to go about our business. But I want them all to engage before we launch the attack on his general, because if not, then once they send back part of their Yari Samurai, then yeah, we're screwed basically. Because it does take a little while to get them actually killed. So we're gonna work our way from the back forward, cavalry archers. Or 4 units on the cav, then 2 on the next cav, and the rest on the archers. And then recharges on the Yari Samurai, which hopefully by the time they've lost their morale support and are under arrow fire, should have had sufficient morale punishment to actually rout upon a cavalry charge in the rear, a recharge. I'm gonna spread out my bow units. Let's just hope he's not cocky enough to actually move around our flanks and engage in there, because they're relatively unprotected. So, and I just don't have the men to do proper flank deployment. Now, this general is gonna come around the flank. However, it's not their daimyo, and he has, of course, his own units of Boa Shigaru. So far, so good. He's coming around. He has a diminished unit, so I'm gonna try and use Nobushige with some archer support to counter his flanking maneuver. He's not gonna peel away his own general, I don't think. And they're all marching in a perfect line, which is wonderful. Now with 2 of my general units, now these guys should now open fire. He shouldn't be a problem. So I'm just gonna launch my generals at him right now. And since he's coming across the flank, they should lose their line of sight on him. I don't want any friendly fire basically. Now I'm gonna keep my Inspire reserved for the actual infantry engagement, because my Yari Samurai are gonna yeah, I have 1 unit of Yari Samurai. I mean my Yari Ashigaru are gonna have a tough time with their Samurai. And do we have Yari wall? We do. So I'm just gonna put them in Yari wall formation, and we're keeping
General is in grave danger,
well,
my lord.
let us be the judge of that, please. The thing is, now he's gonna target my generals with his Yari Samurai. My bowmen are now opening fire on, I think it'll be their, oh, this is wonderful there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is feint a charge with Nobushige on the Samurai, hopefully draw them in, and then make them run around. Okay, now I'm just gonna still wait, keep waiting. He is routing. Oh, I don't know what happened. Okay, so Shingen is coming back right now, and Nobushige is going to go this way. Now, they are still moving about, and as long as they're moving about, I'm perfectly happy, basically, because that means they're engaged. So I'm gonna run there. And now unfortunately these guys are gonna come across, and we're not able to do much about it. So Nobushige is gonna charge at their bowmen. All my infantry is going to be engaged, so I have no unit to spare to face these Yari Samurai, and they're just gonna get flanked here, or at least I'm gonna charge in with my bowman and engage him from the rear. It's not the best thing I can do. Now my 4 light cav I'm just gonna charge at their general. Headlong, head on. He's sending over again more Yari Samurai. But the thing is, they're all out of formation right now, which is a good moment for an actual charge. However, I think their general feels the same way, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pull away from the second unit of Yari Samurai over there. Here, however, we are killing their Yari Samurai in a good number. So these guys are gonna keep those guys running. These Yari Samurai are doing just fine, but regardless, I'm going to take Shingen out of combat here and fire down with my arrows. Unfortunately, we can't pull through. So I'm going to use 2 of my units to pull through and engage his general from the rear. This unit is going to come around. Actually, I'm going to pull them all through. They're all going to target this guy and charge in. The bowmen are already routing over there. Shingen is going to go in for a second charge. And you guys need to come this way. Pull through and engage their general. Now, my Yari Ashigaru are doing a wonderful job. It's just phenomenal. They're keeping their ground toe to toe with the Yari Ashigaru, the Yari Samurai foe here. And this is just wonderful. These guys are wavering, not routing though. And we'll have to continue our push to make them actually rout off the field. Now Shingen has lost half his number. So he's in a bad spot. This unit though can come around and face these. Same goes for them. They can now face those Yari Samurai, which means they're on a 3 versus 1. Those samurai are shattered. So I'm gonna go all out against this unit of some Yari Samurai, and I'm gonna use my bows to actually mow down the rest of their Yari Samurai over here. So all these should focus on this unit now, and my light cav should continue to destroy their faction leader, and Nobishiga is gonna keep pushing into these archers. In fact, I'm gonna pull him out right now. There's enough light cavalry left on the field to pull this through. So my archers should all fire down on these Yari Samurai, and they seem to have lost their general now, so I'm gonna push in with my cavalry, and I'm gonna give chase to the Yari Samurai with this last unit of Yari Samurai. They have now turned around, so Nobishiga can come here.
My lord, their general has fallen.
Yeah, I think you're a bit late with your news here. Now these bowmen, they've lost half their number, and I just still haven't used my my inspire ability, which is a waste really. Anyway, we're cutting them down pretty nicely. Let's use their rapid advance ability, and oh, this is Bow Ashigaru. Where?
A glorious victory will soon be yours.
Thank you, and now we are going on mop-up duty. So archers, please go into melee here and charge them down. We're Shingen here. Please continue the battle and charge down those Yari Samurai, and I want 1 light cav after those and 1 light cav after those, because the fewer that we have to face in the next battle, the better. Shingen doing a bloody good job mowing all these guys down. Those are gonna escape, but right now, given the character of their number, them being all samurai, at least all their infantry, I'm really very content with how this has played out just now. So even though this is just mopping up action, I'm pretty content with the result, how it just played out. Shingen can join in here. Now for chasing off routing units, the Yari Ashigaru, they can't do much really. I wonder though, did we lose? I thought we had 4 Yari Ashigaru units. Oh no, 3 and then the Yari Samurai. So looking at our casualties, we really have nothing to complain about. This is just freaking awesome. All of Oda has just died basically. I don't know if it's all of Oda, but quite a good part of them. I don't know where the rest is. Let's just finish them off. And I think we're done. We're done here. So I'm gonna quit this battle, and I want to see statistics, please. So we've drawn first blood in the war with Oda, and they own 4 settlements that I'm hopefully gonna roll up as we continue. Wow, light cavalry kills 257 here, 168, and they've ranked up twice. These guys thrice. So as we replenish our units, which we're gonna do in our settlement, we're gonna leave the field with a pretty experienced army, and well, our losses just don't compare to theirs. They lost almost twice as much. They have 123 remaining. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Now, things being as they are, I'm not gonna call my allies to help here, because Uzugi is just gonna push in, and Hojo and Imagawa can stay where they are. This is a small clan. I should be able to deal with them. They have destroyed the Jimbo. They don't have any other way to go, and we'll just have to go in and take their lands, which means a slightly complicated situation. I think their main army will now be here at Jimbo. Yeah. And we're facing a 2-front war. So with them declaring war, I'm assuming they are now moving up their army here. I'm gonna replenish, add units to our number, and recruit even more. We still can. We have maintenance money to spend, and I'm gonna move over these guys all the way up here, and let's see now. We're balanced over there, and we now have 1 extra archer here, which has just been trained. However, I was missing more Ashigaru units, or more Yari units, I should say. So cavalry wise, I'm actually happy we brought the extra unit of cav, but I need just to strengthen my main line. So I'm gonna go for 2 more, or just 1 more actually, Yari Ashigaru. wait with any extra recruitments here. Oh no, let's recruit more. I can always disband if I'm going cash negative. But as we move on this way, the bad part is we haven't had any funds to construct the market right now, so we don't have a Metsuke. So any Metsuke theirs is gonna make short work of our ninja here. Oh, ouch! This is all I need to see. So they have like 130 men here, just 2 units left that are damaged, and there's 5 over there. There's no army here. So they're obviously also going to recruit and replenish and retrain and so on. But so are we, and we're filling up our ranks with fresh recruits. And I'm tempted to actually go for peace with Oda and finish off the Anekagochi and then come back here. Trouble is, it's not really trouble. But once we have this, we're going to have to defend it probably against the Iko-Iki, and they're a nasty force to play against, because they have their religious uprisings, and that's just a pain. Meanwhile, we have to also keep Oda occupied if you don't want to face him over here in 5 turns or so. So choices to make. What do you guys think? Should I go first for the Anekagochi or the Oda? Or both? So anyway, this concludes our episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, please do leave a like, subscribe if you want to be notified on future updates. I try to play this campaign once or twice a week and keep it going, because it's a fun game that should be continue to receive our appreciation, basically. So see you next time.